Hello everybody, and thank you very much for your time today. And today I'm coming to you from the Penrose Mall in Reidsville, North Carolina. Guys, we've got a comeback kid, and I am so excited to bring this to you. The mall is getting renovated, restored, getting shown the love it deserves, and getting a facelift. And for those of us in the Dead Mall community, we can definitely say that we have one that has been saved. So let's get into it right now. Well guys, it's a little bit windy, but finally made it to the Penrose Mall. And yes, Belk is still here, Roses is still here. I don't think the shoe store is still here, and the florist is still here. But we have a true story of a comeback kid. And please watch through on this video. I think you're going to be really happy to see the status of the Penrose Mall. We finally have one of only a few that have been saved in our Dead Mall community. And I'm going to do a little bit of a walk through some pictures in this video, and I want you to join me. This is a mall that I had on my Grail visit list for all these years, as Dan and a lot of the other Dead Mall heavyweights filmed through the years and documented. And I am lucky enough to be here on the day when they're putting the R back in on the Roses. And this place is getting the facelift that it deserves, the love that it deserves. The Belk looks great from the outside. I think they're going to reopen. And guys, look at this. They are literally popping the R back on the Roses right now. This is so cool to see. And I know this is kind of weird for folks that might not be Dead Maulers, but for those of you in the Dead Mall community, I think you probably know what I'm feeling right now to be at one of the places that you've always wanted to visit. It's just a mall in Reidsville, North Carolina, but it's meant something to me, and doing videos through the years now and sharing with you. But we're here. Also, I want to give a shout out to the mall manager. Very cool guy. Actually met him and was very friendly, had no issues with me taking pictures. And I don't know the owner's name, but I know he's a local guy. And when I posted in the Retail Dead or Alive group, a lot of people were mentioning his name and how I guess he also bought a local golf course here, one of the country clubs. And I guess it's somebody that's really put a lot of money into the community, and I guess he is well liked. So that is good to hear, that we have a mall that hasn't been bought by one of the triad of hated mall owners. And I won't mention the names, but you guys know them. I'm going to continue to film here as they pop this R back in. And it's just so cool to see that. It almost got it in. Hopefully it doesn't break off on that piece. No. And now also another thing, I didn't do any film, but the Winn-Dixie behind the mall has been demolished, and I think they're doing apartments back there, with some folks in the group had said. So that's kind of exciting. And also the China Grill Buffet. It looks like they are ripping stuff out of there and maybe saving that building also. There it goes. That is so cool to see. Rose's, by the way, was an original store at this mall. I think the Belk was also, but I think it might have been a Belk Hudson or another version of Belk back when they used to have other families that were licensed to be a Belk. But Rose's is an original anchor to this mall. And the event center, I've heard really good things about. There were actually a few old timers that were saying that they're doing their high school reunion there, and they graduated high school, I guess they said in the 50s, I believe. I guess there's a local school here that became a regional school, and I was talking with them, very nice people. But there it is, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the rest of the video here and show you what's going on at the Penrose Mall here in Reidsville, North Carolina. And that R is gonna get in there eventually today. Those guys are doing a good job, and it was really cool to be here to be able to see that pop back in. So let's enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, comic book shop, awesome. Nice. All right, so we got a comic book shop coming in, comics and collectibles. Awesome. So you see the walls have all been painted white and gray, and some tiles have been replaced. That is very cool. Oh, I can't wait to come back and see that. They already got cases, I guess, that were left over, so that's good. And I remember when Dan and Sal, how you doing? You putting the barber school in, right? That's awesome. That's what I was talking with the mall manager, and that's so cool. The mall looks great. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yep. All right, guys, this is where I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover. I was very lucky to meet this very, very friendly lady that her son is actually turning this space into a barber college called Pivotal. So we spent a little bit of time. She was explaining to me how she was kind of painting things up, making it look nice. It looks absolutely awesome. And it was so cool that she was so nice to share, you know, some of the success that her son is having here, and I wish continued success for him and also her. And so we were talking over and taking a look around, and just going to go ahead and talk over here for a minute now. Stay with me, because in a moment we're going to see the old JCPenney space that has become the event center. And that JCPenney space is one of the absolute shining Dead Mall video portions for Dan, Sal, Ace, I think also Kristen, and maybe even Doomy. I forget exactly how far he went into the mall when he visited here about 10 years ago. But that JCPenney space that's about to come up, it was literally leaking through the ceiling like crazy when the hurricane had come through a few years ago here at the mall, and I think you're definitely going to be impressed. So stay with me here for a moment as I speak with this nice lady. And again, best of luck. I know they're going to do great here for Pivotal Barber College. So if you are in the area or interested in a barber college, definitely search for Pivotal. And yeah, looks absolutely great here. So we're going to go ahead and walk forward here in a moment, and you can see the outside where the event center was, the name on the outside through the left there. And we're going to walk through. Give me a moment here and let me go ahead and click forward, and let's go ahead and check out the rest of the hallway and the event center. To say hi. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Is it okay if I just film the event center? I'm doing a little video on the mall because it's all of the updates, and it looks beautiful. So that's it. And I heard at the event center, because this was the old J.C. Penney, right? Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to come back in on the voiceover here. I was lucky enough to meet another awesome person at this mall. So this lady that was at the desk in the event center, so this is the old J.C. Penney, obviously. She's very friendly. Everybody's just got great energy at this mall. There's a good vibe going on. This is going to be a community hub, really, when this mall is done. And I really wish I lived a lot closer to Statesville. I really would like to be able to see everything that happens in the future here for this mall, you know, kind of firsthand. But she explained to me that they are booked out into the next year for events here at the event center. So this is absolutely awesome. And you see actually some pieces, I think, of maybe the slat wall that might have been salvaged from the JCPenney. So that's really cool. So there might be still a few pieces here, but definitely the ceiling has been replaced, which is awesome. I specifically remember Sal and Ace's videos again, and also Dan's, when this was really sketchy back here. Electric lines were hanging down, the ceiling was all gone. There were a million wasps near the back door where they basically had, I guess, had died, and they were just in piles. It was really disgusting, and also actually very unsafe in this space. But look at it now, guys. How cool is this? Again, you know, this Comeback Kid story, and the story's not even done. They're still not done doing all the renovations to this mall. When we start to walk down the other end of the mall where Belk is, past Roses, you're going to see they're still doing work, and there's still the florist, and there's still some storefronts where it's got all the old style that's been here for all these years, but now it's going to finally be something that the community can really be proud of. So let's go ahead and continue on. All right, I had to come back in on a voiceover here. There is a nutrition drink place that is in the mall, and I think I actually will show that when we're coming back in. But they were playing some copyrighted music in the background, so I don't want to get a strike here on the video. And actually, was really enjoying the ambient sounds. Everything's quiet at the mall. We just got a little bit of hum. You can hear people coming and going. And yeah, as we walk past here, I think this was the old antique shop. And then down across from Belk is where the shoe store was. So we're just taking a look inside. And again, these spaces haven't been fully renovated yet, but they are going to be. So definitely a lot of excitement here happening at the mall. So let's go ahead and take a few steps down and take a look at the Belk in the mall. All right, so that was the hallway. I had to come back in here again. There was some music playing at Sip Happens, the nutrition drink and shake place. So best of luck to them. And let's go ahead and walk back towards the entrance that we came in the mall and go past Hibbett Sports again and take a look.
It's open.
All right, guys, they were still working on the R for the roses, so they are going to pop that in eventually by the end of the day, but it was time for me to say goodbye, and really happy to have brought you this video. Really excited about them all. Again, we've got one that has been saved, one that's not in a landfill, and one that has not been bought by the unholy trinity of dead mall owners out there. Somebody that is respected in the community has purchased this mall, doing great things, and this is truly going to be a community hub. And let's go ahead and say goodbye to this lovely Roses shopping cart before we leave, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.